Hey good people, and thank you for tuning in to this week's episode of Goody Be Knowing. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe to this channel so you can get live updates and alerts when we have new episodes, new content. It's all rolling in. Make sure you are the first one to find out when that happens. Come on and be a part of the family. Go ahead and hit it. It don't take nothing. Hit it. Yeah. Hey good people, and welcome to this week's episode of Goody Be Knowing, where I'm just a 30-something year old talking about my life and helping y'all get through it as well. Guess what? It's my birthday tomorrow. Guess what? It's my birthday tomorrow. Hi, ironic episode 6 dropping the day before the 6th, cause it's Capricorn season, Capricorn season, Capricorn season, Capricorn season. Let me stop playing with y'all. But I am so blessed, honored to see another year. Obviously, that has incited my topic for today, topic for the week. I think, with the new year starting, I always have had complications with my birthday being so close to New Year, so close to Christmas, being able to celebrate and do all those type of things. It sometimes, gets difficult, and as I've gotten older, I have definitely decreased my enjoyment in celebrating my birthday. But baby, y'all know, if you know me and you've been here, you know I love to preach. So don't get me started, because I think this year, more than any other year, I really do feel transformed. I really do feel like a new me. I really do feel like a new Goody. And that's not to say that everything is magically going to start overnight, but I think if you've been tuning in like recently in these early pods, thank you. But I've definitely started the progress on myself prior to the new year starting, because I know what time it is. Like, you know what I mean? I know it's my birthday. I know it's New Year. I know all the things that come with that. So I've kind of just wanted to own this birthday. And that comes from like really taking my power back. I think I've always identified as like a strong person. And my struggle in 2023 was about my strength, was about always seeming so strong that it's almost unbelievable to seem weak. And I wanted to not identify with strength, not taking ownership, just being weak, just resignating in this space of, man, there's so many swords stabbed in my back, I might as well just lay here. And I think going through, definitely starting in kind of 2022, but going through 2023, I'm like, God, stop playing with me. Like, He is, the Spirit is so much bigger and stronger than ourselves. I think as I reflect on coming on another year, I'm just so grateful for the trials and tribulations and the ability to also feel comfortable enough now to share them. Because I think I've always possessed this knowledge, right? So strength and knowledge. And I've always been book smart and common sense, street smart, as they say. I've always had common sense more than street smarts. Logic, that's that Capricorn in me. But for me, it was always like to have this knowledge, to peep game, to watch other people. I'm like, man, where can I share this? I can't always talk to these people. I've always been in talking spaces, so that's always been easy. But it's like, at the same time, I have always identified with this knowledge that I possess. And standing in strength and standing in knowledge, you definitely move confidently. And so for all of those things to be tested and more in one single year, yeah. I have, throughout my adulthood battle with depression. I think I probably had it when I was an athlete, but just didn't identify it. Definitely had postpartum as a mom. Definitely deal with my own mental battles based off family history and all these other things. And so when you come to the realization of I have went around 365 days and God helped me see it through, even with all the negativity, there was power in succeeding. It was power in lasting. It was power in surviving. I've definitely struggled with all these new terminologies and knowing all these new stuff, but I would just want to be transparent. Can I keep it a buck? Because it's my birthday. It's my birthday episode, so can I keep it a buck? For me, it's like there's nothing magical. There's nothing special. There's no, keyword to being real and being real to you. That's why I was like, new year, new me, let things go. No, it's just all that is resonating and taking your power back. Possessing the power of all of your strengths. It's like when you're a superhero and the bad guy takes your power, or he has the kryptonite to you. You feel like, man, I'm not Clark. I'm Clark Kent right now. I'm not Superman. Oh man, I'm a little poor woman right now. I'm not, Batwoman. I'm not, or Catwoman. Excuse me. All of the analogies of when you lose your power, do you have the ability to regain it? Was it real power in the first place? And what does that mean for you? And as we talk through the episode, just what does that mean for you? What does taking your power back mean? What does identifying, do I have a power? Let me just say this. You don't even have to identify it. All of us have some type of superpower. All of us have some type of gift, and it's up to you to identify it. I think at some point at this age of us, this big old age, as I say, you know a power that you have, but are you willing to identify it and accept it and act on it? The ability to resonate in your power brings so many things. I remember going to a women's Bible study, and I remember we were going through some stuff, and it was like, your weaknesses separate you. But there's also strength in your weaknesses. Because those weaknesses allow you to have your strengths. But those weaknesses also give you character in developing who you are. You're going to have them. You're always going to have an Achilles heel. And so accepting that and developing that and identifying that is so key. And it was like, okay, so now I know that in my weakness I can still succeed. In my deficiencies I still can succeed. And that is a whirlwind of space to just sit in. Because especially as a black woman, we do not identify well with weakness. It's not really in our DNA, even though we all possess some type of weakness. We don't like to be in that space. And we don't like to be in that space for a long time. And I just kept identifying and seeing where my weaknesses were coming from. What was a weakness that was just because I'm 5'8" and I ain't gonna never be 6'4"? Or was a weakness inflicted based off the environment I chose to be in? Was the weakness because I inflicted it on myself? Did I make myself weak? In some situations, yes. Absolutely. And in others, definitely probably not. And so as we grow as women, as we grow as people, you have to figure out where and when I'm going to take my power back. And sometimes when that happens, you never lose it again. You're not susceptible. You come to a different weakness now because you have mastered that craft, mastered that emotion, mastered that situation to say, hey, man, I got it. And I ain't never going back to that old me, that old identity where I was comfortable and okay with. Because maybe in the midst of things, I'm okay with it. But at some point, and even in the midst, at some little light bulb, some little reality comes in, but that it's such a sliver that we're too afraid to take it and jump towards that light. To just, it's like breaking up for air. We're too afraid to break up for air and go get it and thrive in that little bit of life that could relieve us from some of the pain and agony and triumph that we're going through. Man, I had a year. That was a lot in around 10 minutes. I had a year. It's just, I am extremely happy. I'm extremely happy to see another year. God, wake me up tomorrow. But, and I might not even go to sleep today just so I can make sure it's real. But I just feel like a kid in a candy store. And what I choose to embark on next is only in God's will. But I know I've seen it, I've visualized it, I've touched it with my eyes closed, and I want it even more now. It's like, a combination of the cosmic winds, right? Birthday, New Year, new me. What can I say? Let's keep it a buck. I have the ability to impact the masses, and I want to. I have the ability to change my dynamics and trajectory because I want to. See the key part in that? I want to. And even when I wanted to before, I wasn't strong enough. I had those weaknesses. I had those flat tires. I had those bumps and bruises that a lot of them in my old self, so in my 20s self, when I would go through bumps, bruises, trials, tribulations, I would definitely go over it fast. Just like you do as a young driver, right? Speed bump come, you 15, you probably doing 20, 25, right? Some of us in our big old age still do that, but if you care about your car and care about your brakes, you take care of your car as you get older. But in your 20s, as you hit those roadblocks and those bumps, I just felt like I could deal with them better. Maybe because I didn't address them, maybe because I didn't identify them. I've always been pretty in tune with myself, though, but it didn't seem as wear and tear. And it's kind of like a young athlete, right? When you twist your ankle as a young athlete, you bounce back within 2 seconds. Injuries, pop fingers. I played with a broken finger before. Some of those things just, easy. As you get older, it's raining, it's cold, these joints is kind of achy, and you know what I mean? And it takes longer to navigate with age. And it seemed like for me, as I got older, as I dealt with the situation, I took it so personal. I took it so, I gotta conquer it, I gotta defeat it, I gotta prove my point, I gotta make everybody hear my voice, because that's who I am by nature. But at the same time, it's like, nah, I'm fighting everything. And in the exertion of fighting everything, you get weary. You ain't got the same bounce back. The snap back ain't the same. The anger gives you a headache. And now I'm groggy when I get up, and I'm not stretching the same. I'm not moving the same. My spirit's not the same. I'm not praying when I get up. My focus is on so much negativity that I can't even pour into me. I can't pour into my child. I can't be the best because I'm so focused on either healing my wounds, licking my wounds, and putting my own bandages on and getting back right, to go right back to war, to go right back to fighting, to go right back to chaos, to go right back. And that's in all aspects. As you know, dealing with my little situationship, toxic. Basketball, toxic with no boundaries. And all of it is toxic with no boundaries. Media getting complicated based off people's perception, toxic. So now I'm going into all these spaces thinking like work, toxic. So I'm just thinking like, how do I not always come off as the defensive black woman? But look at the dynamics. Look at the cards played. I'm already waking up defensive because I'm in war. It's like when you are in war. My military people, thank you for your service. When you are in war, you laying down. You think they sleeping in peace? You think they're sleeping in calmness and beauty and happiness? Hell no. They are in constant turmoil within. Like, I gotta stay on my 10s and toes. And at any moment, it's gonna be up. Or it could be my life. Or it could be, like, you know what I mean? Like, that pressure and mentality is a lot on a day-to-day basis. You soon learn to forget yourself. You soon are unable to identify yourself in the mirror. And I think everybody has this problem with, like, being new. Definitely me. I'll accept. Every transition that I've had as a black woman, as an adult, I felt like, who am I? Do I know you? Like, whoa. And we have to relearn ourselves. And it's never really talked about in a positive way. It's never really talked about, period. It's never really discussed how we can really take these moments in transition and really be better, not only for the people around us, but for ourselves. When has it ever been the number one topic of discussion of how black women become better? How do we get through these transitional modes in our lives, in these seasons, in these periods, where even though I may have to submit to some weakness, I thrive and I get through, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay to be this new transition of person. And that's why I was like, man, I've never been a New Year's resolution person. And I'm still not. But I definitely feel like coming into the new year, it's a new year, it's a new me. And it's not necessarily new me. It's power in me. It's power in knowing what I know and knowing who I am. It's feeling like, man, I think I tweeted, I'm breaking out of a cocoon. A caterpillar it can be big, it can be small, it's different sizes, but pretty cylinder, right? And in that, as you get bigger, you stretch, you grow. There can be pain in that. You're heavier, you're moving slower. You're doing different things that allow you to put yourself in position to get into this hard cocoon shell of yourself. You're going to go experience things, eat things, go out through the world, travel. But at some point, you're going to get into this hard shell cocoon because you need to break out into this butterfly. And that breakout and that new identity, there's nothing wrong with really putting yourself in the best position to do that. And identifying, yeah, man, I have to go through this stage, these stages. Remember the caterpillar book? I'm gonna have to look it up. Caterpillar book, y'all know which one I'm talking about. It showed you the stages that this caterpillar went through to just eventually, at the end of the book, turn into this beautiful butterfly. And people just want to be the beautiful butterfly. People don't want to be the caterpillar. Because at the end of the day, the caterpillar, it also has a prey. It also has something that eats it. It also has a dangerous territory and world to be in before it becomes the butterfly. You only see beautiful flowers, beautiful butterflies all around the flowers. I got tattoos, butterflies and flowers on me. And that's what we essentially want to be. But at some point, you got to be the seed that grows the flower. And you have to be the caterpillar before you can be the beautiful butterfly. And I am so beyond blessed to receive that in this birthday. That is my biggest gift to myself. Is that, oh Lord, is that I know whatever that trial is, oh Lordy, whatever that tribulation is, it's all gonna be for a purpose. My first start, like, change the subject, but first start, no, to this whole transformation, new me, new Goody. Y'all, if you don't know, I'm a tattoo connoisseur. Love tattoos and getting my nails done. I would do some nail cam because I think I'm gonna include that to my little repertoire. But put my nail lady on, get some little promo. But I love getting tattoos, and everybody's like, "Oh, you have too many tattoos," and all of my tattoos mean something. All of them have essential purpose and value. They all have a meaning. I remember the day I got it, why I got it. Some of the tattoos I've hand drawn. Some of the tattoos I have started with up and coming artists, great artists. Majority of the tattoos on my body at this point have been by Black artists. And every one of them means something different. And so in the very beginning, I was like, hey, I'm going to have my ankles tatted because I can cover it, and my 2 half sleeves. One color, one black and white. And as I started getting older, more people in my life started passing. And in that, I obviously started getting more tattoos on one side because my great-grandfather passed away, and I was like, I gotta do something for him. So I get his birthday in Roman numerals on my shoulder. He the head of house, head of my life, only father figure consistently. And I get his birthday first. Then I get another tattoo of sentimental value to me. And then I'm kind of building. So recently, fast forward, last year, around December, I got a tattoo for my grandmother who passed away. And, you know, value, meaning, everything intentional. And then I had life issues, obviously. 2023, crazy year. And so I got tattoos in other places. My great-grandmother passed away last year, and I was like, I gotta get my sleeve finished. Now, at first, remember I told you I only had a half sleeve. When I got the tattoo last December for my grandmother, I also wanted to make a declaration to myself. And no matter what I wear, look like, I know my work and my work ethic will stand the test of time. So I wanted to do something not only to show honor to her, but also take something for myself and value in stepping forward into what I really believe in. It's hard stepping out on faith, and it's hard believing in yourself. And so I got that below my elbow, knowing, hey, it is what it is. Tons of people love it. I work in a very open, sportsy space, so it's not really as big as it was before. Remember, I'm older with my big old age. So I grew up in a very different time, for sure, and how some things seem like very normal now and cliche. They weren't. And so, fast forward, it's been up, it's been down. Y'all been seeing the episodes, trying to keep it consistent, trying to just get it out every week, trying to figure out a day where I get the best viewership. Just work around this and using my therapy to get this off and do all that. It's just, So I essentially was like, man, for my birthday, I want to get it finished. And I went in my ink therapy is what I call it now. And so I go in and get my forearm finished. And the pain through the process. I'm a pretty tough person. I'm a pretty tough galley. And I got a lot of tattoos. So for me, this is like a norm, and I already have a tattoo on my forearm, so I'm not tripping. But a part of the tattoo goes up to my elbow. And I was like, everything's going smooth, little, numbness. But once I get numb, I'm up. It's just, it is what it is. So I get to that point, I'm chilling, sleeping. She gets to the elbow, and I literally almost want to kill my tattoo lady. Like, love her to death. We've been friends since high school. That's my boo. But when I tell you this pain in my arm, it was like, I think I've had, I definitely would say bone. So my elbow, collarbone, but it was not necessarily on it. Ribs and my ankle bone. Very bone. Oh no, ankle and shin. Not ankle necessarily, the bone of your ankle. Because I have a tattoo, like a part of it goes on there. And then the shin, obviously, bone. Not really good for me. And you see, get them in very tough places. So, with that being said, when it got there, it was just like an excruciating pain. And I'm not a real, like, screamer yeller. But I just yelled out. And in that yell out, it was just transformational. It was a multitude of them. It was like yell, grunt, but the getting out and the releasing. And it was like when she finished the elbow part, she wasn't done. When she finished the elbow part, I turned into a whole different person. I was happy again. I was back on. I was like, I ain't tripping. I don't feel nothing. It was crazy, but it was just like that transformation through my body. I needed to release everything and let it go so I can own new powers that I've gotten. I think the best part about it is I've picked up new skills. I've identified new stuff. I've seen new things. I've experienced new emotions. And so now I'm like, ooh, okay. This can do this. Oh, I'm like Spider-Man when he first learned how to do the web. Like, I'm like, ooh, okay. Like, I like this. I like what I can do now as I get older and as I mature and as I see things clearer and wiser and trying to just stay level-headed more than anything. Like I said, I don't think that my work ethic or my value of the work that I present is bad, and I don't think that people will be able to match that. I work extremely hard. I'm okay with that. Capricorn. But in that, I also want to be able to explore my new powers and my new gifts and my new abilities and see really how strong and powerful and magnificent I am. Really push myself to new limits and new boundaries. Because sometimes we forced in. Sometimes if you don't listen to God's warning, He gonna throw you in there and see what you gonna do. And sometimes you can't plan for everything. That is a definitely learned lesson in taking your power is you may lose your power unbeknownst to you. You may lose your power because it's being tested and you playing around. You may lose your power because there could be a multitude of circumstances here. But you definitely learning how to regain them. In that, you're going to learn new stuff. Hence why you're going to be a new person. You're going to go through something that's going to say, hey, I can't move as naive me. It's like my friends tell me all the time. Male friends, homegirls, when I move, I need to move more aware. I need to move. God blessed, and knock on wood, nothing has happened, but I just need to move more aware, in a sense. And I'm like, very true. Because anything can happen. Anything can be a situation. Anything can, you know what I mean? So, like, just those little things is, like I said, as I moved in my 20s, I can't move in my 30s. And I, again, on here, I wanted to be 30. Weird to say, but I felt like my mama, Miss Mac, she was just lit in her 30s. Like, she was always fine as hell. She always did her Dougie. Like, she was just lit in her 30s. And I was like, man, I cannot wait to be 30 because life is going to be great. I'm going to be traveling. I'm going to be doing this. I'm going to be with my homegirls. I'm going to see friends. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. And even as she matriculated out of her 30s, you know, life changed dramatically. And people that was there then ain't there now. And the one thing I love about our relationship and our dynamics is she's always giving me game. She's always letting me know, like, peep what happened with me. You know what I mean? Be smarter, not dumb. Like, you know what I mean? She always says that because she's a December Capricorn. Shout out to Capricorn season just one more time. But she's a December Capricorn, so she definitely feels like I do dumb things as a January Capricorn. But in the same sense, I'm like peeping just even how people been moving for me from my 20s to my 30s. Friends that I knew ain't my friends no more. Terminology, for sure, and in my relationships are key because I am a businesswoman and I swear it's so much serious as a businesswoman to like not misconstrue the lines, to stand 10 toes, stand on business. I guess y'all don't say stand 10 toes, but stand on business about how you move as a businesswoman and as a single businesswoman. Like, you gotta be even more assertive, even more direct, even more on point with what you do. So for me, I'm always feeling like I gotta move in this box so that it's not misconstrued on anything I'm doing. And so I've even learned that I do that in business. I do that when I work, but also like in people I know. You just because you know me don't mean we friends. Period. Said it. Sorry, y'all wanted me to say it. Said it. Here we go. Told y'all it's new Goody in 2024. Sorry, not sorry. All right. Just because I know you does not mean we're friends. Just because I know you does not mean we're friends. With all due respect, we're associates, co-workers, colleagues. My boy, my girl, cut it out. You're not my boy, you're not my girl. Everybody does not have access to me anymore. Yesterday's price is not today's price. Period. Take it how you want to. All due respectfully. In love, in care, in no negativity. That's people's problem. Everybody want to go in things on their terms. Everybody want to move in a way to bring their end of what they imagine. But I don't have to give you closure. My closure is for me, and I'm working in peace, love, happiness. I'm not losing no sleep. If you haven't texted me in the last 6 months, delete my number. Period. If you didn't support my business back then, yeah, like I said, yesterday's price ain't today's price. Because I know my value. I know my worth. I know I'm a good friend. I know I'm a good woman. I know I'm a good leader. I know I'm a good mentor. Goody be knowing. I'm just saying, y'all. Like, it's no disrespect. And I also had to learn that last year. Like, I lost some key people that I really knew. I lost some pivotal people in my life in the last 2 years. I've really went through trials and tribulations, and I still smile every day. I still get up every day and find joy, peace in what I do. That's a gift within itself. Never making excuses, never blaming nobody else, never, just really figuring out how can I be better the next day. That's why when I say it, when I do my 60-second time outs, when I'm on here, I'm real about it. It ain't no fraudulency in how I move, and I don't need to say it and fight for it anymore. I'm vindicated. To step in vindication feels amazing. To step into your power, to step into your peace, to step into everything that you're supposed to be and do. I'm not saying do it tomorrow, because this is work that I've done for years. Identifying, therapy, all the type of things, working, journaling. I've poured into myself for a long time, but now I got all these puzzle pieces out, and I'm just putting puzzles together. Oh, this what this for. Oh, this was why this was here. Oh, okay. Oh, yep, this fit here. That's why. My puzzle isn't complete. Maybe I have some small projects that will get complete and goals will be done in this year, but trust and believe the newness, the stepping in to myself, the don't play with it, don't play with it, don't play with it. It's all day long, and I'm not going to be passive. I'm not going to step down. I'm not going to take off my crown for anybody in any arena. Y'all know when I talk this sports talk, I know it. I know it because I've been through it and I've gone through it. And I've actually put in the work, as many don't know, as a broadcaster in the media game. I've been doing this for a minute. And it's not to just talk my shit, but it's just, God, thank you for making me doubt myself before. Thank you for making me have fear and not knowing the ability of what I could really be. Because if I didn't have that fear, then I wouldn't be fighting so hard to prove it. Because now I know it. Fear creates this war within to prove. Defensiveness. But when you know, you just move. You move with a different grace, a different ability to see yourself. I'm just knowing now. Knowing that I'm going to go through some struggle. It ain't over. Trial and tribulation, as soon as you claim victory, trial and tribulation is right around the corner. As soon as you claim it, something's going to come to try to distract you. But that's why, for me, I had to be so distracted last year. That's why, for me, I could claim it, but not manifest it. Not bring it to existence. Maybe, little bit, partially. That's why I created my good people. So as good people commune, we hold each other accountable. As good people come together, you don't feel defensive. You don't feel weak. You don't feel at ease. You don't feel tension with nobody, even if we disagree. Because I'm willing to agree to disagree with my good people to be better. I'm willing to not put up this wall and this boundary and this force of we got to always be at attention because we ain't cool and we did. No. Most people that want to come back and act weird and do all that stuff is because they know what they did to you. Trust and believe. Mark my words. Anybody that texts you an apology New Year's. Anybody that texts you ever. Hey, I ain't seen you in a minute. I don't know why we ain't cool. Da, 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 da. First thing first, you know why we ain't cool. Stop playing with me. You know why it's bad. You know why it's not cool. Obviously, there was some riff and some tiff of why we haven't talked anyway. No ownership in that approach. Real people will step up when they need to because they will know, hey, I got to take ownership in me. I got to do what's best for me. And if the relationship is valuable, it won't take 6 months. And maybe you need more time, 6 months, a year, whatever. But usually when the approach comes back, if it's bullshit on that same level, then it's going to be the same results. They're going to act the same. And now you have to determine, am I okay? Is this relationship worth dealing with all of that? We're going to go through the process. We're going to break some stuff down, baby. But as I continue to cry and be emotional about making it to another year, another birthday, I am just so happy and proud of myself. Happy and proud of myself. And as we embark this next year together, in many years to come, I'm thankful. Extremely blessed and extremely thankful for all my failures, shortcomings, disappointments, setbacks, and all of my successes. Small wins, big wins, medium victories, every connection that was successful to me, every connection that may have looked like a failure or a loss was a lesson. So I love y'all. Be tuned in. I may vlog a little bit. I may do a little bit for my birthday. I don't know. I'm a Capricorn, so of course I don't want to do anything. But it would be nice to do something. So I love y'all. Remember, be blessed. Go ahead and execute because it's what you need to do. Peace.